comments about the Allentown School Walkout?
I support it. I think we need to have more of them. We just need to make sure that the plan of action is concrete, make sure the follow-up is concrete. You're going to get the resentment. You're going to get rebellion. You got to remember something. We've never got nothing in this country that we didn't have to fight for. Everything from slavery to civil rights was opposed by the status quo. High school students walking out of high school is also going to be opposed by the status quo. Progress only comes with resistance. Birds only fly against the direction of the wind. Fish swim against the direction of the water. So that's one of the laws of nature. Progress comes with pressure back, pushback. So we have to do it. We just have to have the follow-up to sustain it. I think high school students can bring quicker change to education than the community as a whole. You want to know why? Because most adults have a personal agenda, and many of them have relationships with people who they don't feel comfortable enough challenging on their lack of action. In other words, my uncle might be a state senator. My cousin might be the mayor. See, we develop relationships as we go through life, and these relationships often become hindrances to us speaking up and advocating for our community. College students don't have no interest. They don't, high school students, college students as well, but high school students, they don't have no particular agenda yet. They still finding themselves. They're still idealistic, they're courageous, they ain't got no job to get fired from. They're too young to really be charged with a felony because juvenile crime is not considered crime. It's infraction. So if you're trying to make change, I think high school students will bring about a lot more change than their parents would. So I support it. We just got to have a plan of action, make sure the platform is concrete, make sure we follow through, and make sure those in the lead, and I have no question with the leaders you guys have, but those in the lead cannot be compromising at all. You cannot compromise your platform. Once you set it, you must stick to it. You can't quit. See, that's how sellouts get made. A sellout was somebody who was on the right path, but they started compromising a little bit at a time. Compromising, before you know it, 10 years later, you done showed your whole platform out. You didn't even realize you were slipping. It started with that first compromise. So when you set that platform, you got to stand on it, because the minute you start negotiating the terms away from what you wanted as the outcome, then you off your square. But I support it. You got to make sure everybody's in the same accord, because the government, the city, anybody will use some reactionary use to try to disrupt what was done. Okay, they did the same thing to Dr. King. When Dr. King went to Memphis for the sanitation worker strike, the FBI had agents in the march. And it was the agents who started the big fight and the commotion. Those were paid FBI agents who was infiltrated Dr. King's march to cause chaos. So you gotta anticipate all of that. With youth, especially with young people, you have to make sure they're organized. You gotta make sure you know who the spokespersons are. Everybody do not speak for the movement. You have one or two, maybe three identified spokespersons. If the media pop up and they want to interview me and I am not the spokesperson, I do not talk. I direct them to the person. You can't have 50 different people speaking on the same movement, because somebody going to say something inconsistent with the objectives, and the media going to exploit it and run with it.
So make sure we have like the right to speaking to the
Yes.
people, not just some random kid.
No.
So
And everyone must know, these are the two spokespersons. If you're approached by the media, you do not talk, you let the media know. Our spokesperson is Miss Such and Such, Mr. Such and Such. They're not here, but I will give you their phone number, I will give you their email. Gotcha. You gotta have it, because that'll cause chaos if everybody in their mind. So what's up?
We have nothing to lose.
We have nothing to lose.
But our chains.
But our chains.
We walk together.
We walk together.
As brothers and sisters.
As brothers and sisters.
Now right now, let's march down to the Martin Luther King statue. That's where this is gonna happen. Let's go.